Thanks, Alex. Taking a look at poll closings tomorrow. The first polls close 6 p.m. Indiana and Kentucky, but we'll see our battleground states start to close at 7 p.m., the 7 p.m. hour. In that hour, Georgia closes at 7 p.m. 2020. We had first results from Georgia just 20 minutes after the polls closed, but remember, it took 2 weeks for Georgia to be called in 2020. Georgia's Secretary of State now predicts a very fast election this year. North Carolina, 7:30 polls close. Also a state expected to dump a lot of votes right away. The last vote should be cast in Pennsylvania, barring any changes, at 8 p.m. Most of Michigan, 8 p.m., and then the rest of it, 9 p.m. In Wisconsin, again, 9 p.m. We expect to see results shortly thereafter, although they start counting on Election Day. Arizona, the polls close at 9 p.m., but many of the precincts won't report about 1 hour after close. So we can expect to see first results about 10 p.m. Eastern Time. In Nevada, polling places wait to report data until the last person in line has voted. So technically 10 p.m., but we'll see first results probably around 11:40. At least that's what we saw in 2020. Now, as we head into Election Day, the Real Clear Politics average of polls has Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump tied. 48.5% to 48.5%. Imagine that. It's about 2 years running. All the changes we've had, a new nominee with Vice President Harris, and now heading into Election Day, it is tied. All right, let's take a look at the path to 270, the electoral votes needed to win the presidency. Comes to the Electoral College. Pennsylvania has the most electoral votes of all the toss-ups. It's crucial for both nominees, but they have paths to victory without it. Let's start with Vice President Harris. Let's say she wins Pennsylvania. That's a big win for her. She pulls that out. We can also give her the 2nd district in Nebraska, and also 2 states President Joe Biden won by more than 1 percentage point in 2020, and that is Michigan and Nevada. Now, we can give former President Trump in this scenario, this what-if scenario, North Carolina, which he won by more than 1% in 2020. He'd also need to win Georgia and Wisconsin and Arizona, and that could take him to the presidency. He lost in those states to President Biden by less than 1%. Now, let's go back and do it another way. Vice President Harris's path without Pennsylvania. So we'll give the state of Pennsylvania to former President Trump, along with Arizona, which does seem like it's heading Republican just by the early vote and what we see in the polls. We can also give him North Carolina. Now, Harris would need to run the table with the rest here. We'll say Nebraska is going that way, but she would have to win Wisconsin, Michigan, Georgia, and then Nevada would put her over the top to win the presidency. All states Biden won in 2020. It is a path to victory without Pennsylvania, but she really focused on Pennsylvania. In fact, her campaign has spent more than 20 visits there. And Vice President Harris is in Philadelphia tonight.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.